Namaste, it's Jackie. Welcome. We're going to do a little yoga practice together. So please take a moment to get yourself set up. If you have a yoga mat, you can put that out on the floor. And if you don't have a yoga mat, just give yourself enough space where you would have room to lie down on your back and stretch your arms all the way up over your head. And if you have some yoga blocks, if you have blankets to pad your knees or your neck, things that would help you for your practice, go ahead and get those things. And I encourage you to turn off your cell phones, close the door of the room that you're in, and give yourself this next little bit of time to care for your body, to nurture your mind, your spirit. So we're going to begin this morning lying down on our back. So take a moment to get yourself down onto the floor, and when you come to lie down, I'd like you to have, again, room behind you to stretch your arms over your head. And you can take a few kind of reaching breaths and start to check in with your body, see what you notice. You might spread your fingers, lengthen your arms, even let your head rock a little bit. And then let your arms come down and draw your knees into your chest. So I recommend that you pick your feet up one at a time. It puts a little less strain on the low back that way. And you can rock side to side or make some little circles with your knees as you massage your back and just get yourself situated. So as you're rocking and massaging your back, you might move your ankles or circle your wrists and let your head just rock gently and let your eyes scan the space that you're in so that you get oriented, so you know where you are, get a sense of where you are. And then just a little shake to shake off the day from whatever you've been doing. And then when you lower your feet back down, try putting them down one at a time. See how that stabilizes your back. And then please bring your hands down by your sides, palms down. We're going to begin some movement with our arms, coordinating with our breath. So please inhale and lift your arms up over your head. Breathe through your nose, and maybe your eyes follow your hands. Maybe you touch the floor back there behind you. On the exhale, as your hands float down, breathe out through your nose and pull your belly in. And do that 2 or 3 more times. And you want to try to find the rhythm to your breath that is slow and smooth and about as even as you can, meaning the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale are about the same. The next time your hands are on the floor, pause, and we're going to take the right knee up off the floor, pick up your right foot up, and on the inhale, please extend your right leg toward the ceiling and lift your right arm up over your head to the floor behind you. And on the exhale, as the arm comes down, bend your knee, pull your belly in. And do that again. Inhale your right arm up over your head as you extend the right leg toward the ceiling. You might spread your toes and flex your foot. Exhale down, smooth and slow. And one more time. Inhale, reach up. And on this exhale, just stay where you are and soften your elbows, soften your knee, pull your belly in. And on your inhale, lengthen back out. Right leg, right arm. Do that one more time. Exhale, soften, hug the belly in. And inhale, lengthen. And just notice that whole right side. And then exhale, lower your arm, bend your knee. And then you can carefully put that foot back down on the floor and then pick the other one up. When you get to your next inhale, lift your left arm over your head, extend the left leg toward the ceiling. And on the exhale, bend the knee, lower your arm. Pull your belly in. And again, inhale. What do you notice about the back of your left leg, down the sides of the left side? Exhale down. We're going to hold the next one. So slow inhale, reach up. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. On the exhale, little bend in the knee, little bend in the elbow, pull your belly in. And on your inhale, lengthen back out. Check out that left side. Do that again. Exhale, pull your belly in, soften the elbow, soften the knee, and inhale, get longer. One more time. One more inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, bend your knee, lower your arm. Lower that foot to the floor, take a breath. Notice the 2 sides. And then pick your feet up off the floor, both feet, and pick them up one at a time. And we'll do that sequence with both legs, both arms. So inhale, both arms, both legs. So think about lengthening your arms, your legs, and even the back of your spine. And exhale down smoothly, slowly. Pull your belly in here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the arms, bend the knees. If you like, you can kind of squeeze the toes, point the toes and get a little stretch in the front of the ankle here. And then inhale, reach up, flex your foot, dorsiflex at the top. Now hold on your exhale, soften your elbows, soften your knees. And inhale, get longer. You could also do this with the fingers clasped. So on the exhale, soften the elbows, soften the knees. And on your inhale, you can lengthen your legs and push the palms of your hands away from your body. And then one more time, exhale, soften. If that's a little much for your shoulders, just keep your hands apart. Do that one more time. Inhale. Then exhale, bend the knee, lower your arms, and carefully put your feet down on the floor one at a time. So we're going to roll over to the side. Carefully roll over. Use your hands to push yourself up. And then we're going to come to all fours here, tabletop position. So please feel free to pad your knees. But in just a little bit, we're going to come to lie down on our belly. So if you're comfortable just on your mat, you can stay here for just a few breaths. We won't be here too long. So please inhale and lift your chest and your eyes. Feel the lengthening in the front of the body, into the belly even. Exhale, pull your belly in so your back rounds. Fold back, let your elbows touch down, even tucking the chin here. Maybe your forehead touches the floor. Or maybe you don't even get that far down. Inhale, just see where you go. Exhale back. This is child's pose on the exhale. We'll call this tabletop on the inhale. Do that one more time. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then we're going to add a little variation here. So on the exhale, round back and move your hands a little further forward and a little wider. And on the inhale, come forward with your shoulders over your wrist and hips soften forward. This is a little variation of upward dog. Lift your chest and eyes. Again, feel free to pad the knees here. Exhale, pull your belly in, fold back. I'm going to do it that way one more time. So inhale forward. Again, you want to hold back a little here. It's not about hanging or pushing forward. Keep your elbows bent so your shoulders are soft. Exhale back. All right, the next one we're going to add a little bow. So inhale forward to your upward dog position, and on your exhale, bend your elbows and see if you can lower your upper body to the floor. And on your inhale, push back up to your upward dog, your hips lift off the floor, and then exhale back to child's pose. Please don't strain your back here. I'm going to keep the abdomen engaged a little bit. Inhale forward, upward dog. So you're holding back a little bit. Your hips could go further, but you're not. And then slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Exhale, and then inhale, push yourself back up so the hips rise up off the floor. And exhale back. And this time we're just going to come down and lie down on our belly. So come forward on your inhale to upward dog. Exhale, bend your elbows and come to lie down on your belly. And you can just take your hands and rest them under your forehead and bend your knees and let your feet flop a little bit side to side. Take a moment to notice your breath and how it feels here to lie on the floor. And then making sure your head is comfortable. We're going to lengthen and lift alternate legs. So please inhale and lift your right leg up off of the floor. So think about lengthening that leg and try to keep your hip bone on the floor. And as you exhale, lower your foot down, pull your belly in. And then lengthen and lift the left leg off the floor. And exhale down. And then we're going to add opposite arms. So if you're comfortable, take your arms forward. They could be pretty wide. If that's not great for your shoulders, you can do this with your hands down by your sides. This is the same. So inhale, lift your right leg and your left arm, like you're pulling your hand and your foot away from each other. And then exhale down, pull your belly in. Inhale, lift your left leg and your right arm. Exhale down, pull your belly in. Now, right leg, left arm, inhale, and see if you can hold on your exhale. Firm your belly. Hold on your inhale, get a little more length. Exhale down. It's fine if your head is on the floor. Some people like lifting the head. Some people prefer to keep the head down. Inhale, lift. Hold, exhale, belly in. Inhale, lengthen a little more. Exhale down. And then if your arms were forward, bring them down by your sides. Variations of superheroes flying through the clouds. And we're going to inhale and lift the chest. And keep your feet on the floor and reach your fingers back toward your toes. And as you exhale down, you may like turning your head to one side. And then inhale, lift. Reach your fingers back toward your toes. And on your exhale, turn your head to the other side. Now this time, as you lift your chest, lift your right leg, unless that strains your back. And as you lower everything down, lower your leg, your chest, and turn your head to the left. And then lift your chest and your left leg. And on your exhale, turn your head to the right as you lower. Pause for one breath and maybe you woggle your hips a little bit. And I want you to notice how all that felt in your low back. For some people, these are fine. And for some people, they're a little tweaky for the low back. So we're going to do a couple more lifts. And if you like, you can add lifting both legs. And if that feels like too much, just lift your chest. So on your next in-breath, please lift your chest, reach your fingers back toward your toes, and if you like, you can try to lift both legs. Exhale down, turn your head to one side. Inhale, lift. Exhale down, turn your head to the other side. And then push your hands under your shoulders. And like we did before, we're going to push up and come all the way back to child's pose. And this should feel nice for your back, and you can sway a little bit. Oh my, rock, see what you feel. Maybe you like having your hands forward. Maybe your hands are underneath your head or down beside your feet. And then please push up to stand on your knees. And so I'm going to just slide a blanket under my knees for this part. That can be really helpful here. So come up to stand on your knees. And already we've kind of tried to awaken the spinal muscles in the back by doing those leg lifts on the floor. So we're going to do a movement where we're going to lift the arms. So please take your arms out to the side and up over your head here. And on the exhale, as you sweep your arms down, bring them behind your back, stack your hands up and fold down like you're going to come to child's pose. And you could go down just a little, or you could touch your forehead all the way down. And then lift your chest, sweep your arms out to the side, come all the way back up. And do that again. Exhale, pull your belly in, bow down. Lift your chest, feel your back muscles helping you, coming up. And do that one more time. Exhale. And up on the inhale. So the next round, we're going to add a little more load. So this time on the exhale, bring only your right hand behind your back. And as you bow down, you're going to turn your head right and lengthen your left arm forward. And as you come back up on the inhale, use that arm to help you lift, and you can bring that right arm back up. Okay, and then switch sides. So left arm behind, right arm reaches forward, head turns to the left, and then lengthen and lift back up. That arm from behind your back comes up too. We'll do each side one more time. So exhale, right hand behind. As you turn your head to the right, bow down, pull your belly in here. Lengthen and lift. Right arm comes up too. Exhale, left arm behind, belly in. Inhale, back up. And then one more with both arms behind. Exhale, both arms down. And a little less work for both arms here. And inhale, back up. When you get to the exhale, please bring your arms down. And we're going to place the hands back down on the mat. Come to this tabletop position. We're going to push up to downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under and lift your hips up. Push down with your hands, lift up with your hips, and then you can pedal out your legs, noticing the two sides. Maybe some deeper breath. And then if you remember when we were lying on our back at the beginning and we did that little bend the elbows on the exhale and lengthen on the inhale, we're going to do the same here with both the elbows and the knees. So exhale, soften your knees, soften your elbows, pull your belly in. And when you inhale, try to lengthen. So your arms, your legs, and your spine get longer. And do that again. Exhale, soften the elbows, soften the knees. Inhale, lengthen back out. One more time, exhale. One more time, inhale. Stay on your exhale, and when you get to the inhale, put your knees down on the floor. For a moment, put your elbows on the floor. We're going to come to puppy pose and give our wrists a little rest. So you can make some wrist circles here and maybe let your hips sway side to side. And then please push up to your hands again. And one more movement in this tabletop position. So please take your left leg back and let the toes of that left foot just rest on the floor. And on the in-breath, we're going to lift the right arm out to the side and open up into a little twist. And stay here on your exhale. And when you get to the inhale, try to firm your left leg and let your right arm reach over your head. You might even look up at the ceiling here. This is the inhale. Exhale, lift your arm back up, pull your belly in. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. If that's not great for your shoulder, maybe you take your arm halfway down forward and you could do it that way. So inhale over your head. If it's comfortable for your shoulder, exhale back up and stay. One more inhale here, and then bring everything down. Your hand, your knee, fold back. Maybe that left wrist would like a little break. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, round back. We want to get a little symmetry in the hips and the low back before we twist to the other side. So please come up. I'm just going to turn around so I'll be facing you. Take your right leg back and let your toes touch the floor. Inhale, left arm opens up. Hold on your exhale, keeping your right leg firm. Inhale, your arm over your head. You might think about your hand and your left and your right foot moving away from each other. Exhale back up, firm your belly. Two more. Smooth inhale. You could look up at the ceiling here. Exhale back up. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then we'll just stay on the inhale, try to open a little more. And then exhale, come down, round back to child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. So this time as you exhale back to child's pose, it may feel good for you to just stay in child's pose. You could widen your feet. You could put your hands underneath your forehead. Could rock a little. If you like to do a little downward dog again, you can push up onto hands and knees, lift up into your dog pose, maybe pedaling the legs or doing that softening on the exhale and lengthening on the inhale. So whichever you like, child's pose or dog pose. See if you can do whatever you're doing for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then please, if you're in downward dog, you can come to your knees, and from wherever we are, we're going to come back to lie on our back again. So you can move that padding out of the way, or maybe you like a little something under your neck here when you lie on your back. Maybe that feels good for you. And come to lie down. Get a sense for a moment of where you are so you can kind of scan the space. You might even rest your hands on your belly. See how you feel. And then please walk your feet and hip width apart. So we're going to do a few variations of the bridge pose. I like using a yoga block in between my legs for this pose. It helps to keep my joints lined up and firm the leg muscles. If you happen to have one, or you could roll up a towel or have a thick, firm pillow there, that could work. So let your heels be right in line with your hip bones. And if you have something between your legs, just give it a gentle hug. You should feel your abdomen drawing in. And we're going to begin by inhaling the arms up over our head only, arms like we did at the very beginning. Exhale down, pull your belly in. How do your shoulders feel now? And do that again. Inhale, arms up. Think about lengthening. You could spread your fingers. Exhale down. And for the next 2 breaths, we're going to lift the arms up and the hips up. So on your in-breath, as you push your hips up toward the ceiling, lift your arms up over your head to the floor behind you. And as you exhale, lower your arms down and your hips down together, and see if they can all touch at the same time. So your arms have a good distance to travel and your hips don't have very far to go. So see if you can coordinate that. So do that again. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then we're going to do a little variation of that movement. So please inhale your hips and just your right arm over your head. Right arm over your head. So we explored these 2 sides at the beginning. Exhale, lower your hips back down while your arm stays up over your head. And as you inhale, lift your arm, lift your hips back up. You can lengthen your arm. Just keep your arm up there. Do that one more time. Exhale, hips down. Arm stays up. And one more breath. As you inhale, lengthen your right arm, lift. And then as you exhale, this time lower your arm and your hips. All right, and then we'll do that to the left side. So inhale, lift your hips and your left arm over your head. And keep your left arm over your head as you exhale down. And you could firm your belly, you could hug that, whatever you have between your legs. And inhale, lift, lengthen that left arm, lengthen the left side. Firm your belly as you exhale down. One more, lengthen and lift. Inhale. Exhale, arm down, hips down. And then we're going to lift up everything. So hips up, arms up. And keep your arms up over your head. Exhale your hips back down. Inhale, push through your feet, lift up, lengthen your arms. Let's do that one more time. Exhale down. Arms are staying up over your head. One more time, inhale up. Now you could stay here if you like. You can exhale everything down, arms down, hips down, or you could stay with your hips up and just lower your arms down. So several options here. If you want to hold the pose for a little bit, you can hold with your hips up and your arms up. You can hold with your hips up and your arms down, or maybe you're already down on the floor. And when you get to your next exhale, please come down from wherever you are. And if you did have something between your legs there, you can take it out. And then bring your, pick your feet up one at a time, bring your knees into your chest and rock. Circle your ankles, maybe circling the wrists again, maybe shaking your feet. All right, one more little movement on our back here, just a little hip stretch. So take your right ankle and cross it over your left thigh. And you can just rock side to side here, this little figure 4 position. If you like, pay a little attention to your neck and shoulders, how soft and relaxed they are right now. And take an in-breath. And when you exhale, see if you can lift your left foot up off of the floor without tensing up in your neck and shoulders. And then you can just stay there and rock. So there are many variations of doing this, with holding on to your leg with your hands, or putting, a towel behind your leg, or pulling the legs toward your body with your hands. I'm just going to suggest that today you try to play with it, just using your leg muscles and your belly to keep your left foot off the floor without using or tensing up your neck and shoulders and using your hands. See how it goes. Finding those tender places, maybe down here in the right glutes, hip. Slow breath, long exhales here. Don't hold your breath. So especially if you're holding on with your hands, try not to lift your neck and your head. This is for your butt, not for your neck. And then carefully lower your foot to the floor and uncross both legs and take a breath. And then take your left ankle, cross it over your right thigh. Take a moment to soften your neck and shoulders. And as you're ready, you can take a nice inhale And on the exhale, we're kind of firming the belly. It's almost like a sit-up kind of movement. You pull that foot up off the floor, the right foot up, and then still try to keep your neck and shoulders soft, and you can sway and rock. So there's some work in your legs, some work in your belly to hold that leg up there. Try not to twist the left ankle. You want to kind of keep that foot flexed. It protects the knee. So, and then any little exploration, rocking, swaying to find those tender places over in the left glutes and underneath your glutes, your piriformis muscle deep in your left butt there. Long breath, slow exhales. So on an inhale, bring your knees to the center and carefully lower your right foot down, and you can uncross the legs again. Even up your hips, even up your shoulders. And we're going to do one more little movement to counter that. So bring your hands, your knees, feet up off the floor one at a time, and place your hands on your kneecaps so your fingers face your toes. So here on the exhale, we're going to bend the elbows so the knees draw in, and you feel a little pressure on your belly and how this lengthens your low back. And then inhale, extend the arms away. Exhale. Puts pressure on the belly and lengthens the low back. Inhale. It's fine if you like your knees wider here. For some people, wider knees is nice. Exhale. Inhale. Do one more repetition and see if you can just slow down your breath a little bit more. So you exhale, draw the knees in, and even pause for a second at the end of the exhale. And then inhale, let your arms extend and your feet lower one at a time to the floor. Take your feet a little bit wider, and you can gently just let your knees go side to side a few inches, not way over to the sides, just to keep your hips flat, just rock a little bit there. And then let your legs rest comfortably, which might be just having the knees bent, or maybe the knees are bent and they're resting on each other. So for many people, that's really comfy. Hands on your belly or out by your sides. See what you like. And get a sense of the support of the floor under the different parts of your body, your head, your arms, your back, your legs. And any little adjustment you can make to get more comfortable as we shift toward the last part of our practice, which is to lie still. Shavasana is time to be still, to rest, and to let the body integrate all the information from the breathing and the postures. The changes in the body happen in the pauses, not while you're holding the poses and doing all the deep stretches. It happens in the pause. So give yourself these next few minutes to let your body rest and get comfortable. So you may want to lie flat. For some people, that's comfortable. You may want to keep your knees bent or use your blanket or pillow to place underneath your knees. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, you could do that. You could put a blanket on top of you or add some extra clothing so you're warm. As we begin to settle for the resting part, we'll take a couple of breaths with a nice sigh. So wherever you are in your breath cycle, please inhale. Sigh. Do that once more. Inhale. And just give yourself permission to rest. I'll close with this little message. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we live with ease. May we live in peace. So I encourage you to continue to let your body rest for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just continue to let your body soften. You might focus on your exhales, just letting them be slow and long. If you find it challenging to lie still and you want to get right up, try staying for 12 breaths. See if you can just count 12 breaths minimum. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.